welcome back to the PhatPhish Guitar Studio. I'm Dave, and in this video we're going to be taking a look and a listen to this. It's the Golden Eagle Transparent Overdrive pedal from Frederic Effects. Now, you might not be familiar with the name Frederic Effects. Certainly I wasn't until a few months ago when I met Tim from Frederic at the it was a Northwest Guitar Show, where he had a stand with all sorts of interesting overdrive and fuzz pedals and whatnot. Wasn't particularly looking for a pedal, but I always keep an open mind. If I see something interesting, I'll try it out. And the one that caught my eye was the Golden Eagle, which is basically a Klon clone. So if you're familiar with overdrive pedals, the name Klon may mean something to you. It's what's branded as a transparent overdrive. It's not a heavy overdrive. It's quite low gain, but its real selling point is it's called transparent. It really allows the voice of the guitar to come through. And basically the Golden Eagle from Frederic is a Klon clone. It's a replica of the Klon circuit. So let's see how it sounds. I'm playing this Fender Custom Shop Stratocaster, 1950s custom shop pickups in it, into the clean channel on the Blackstar HG20 Mark II, bit of reverb from a Boss RV6, and that's about it. So this is the clean channel on the amp on its own. And this is with the pedal. Yeah, so that's with the gain set just over halfway. Give you an idea, it's not a particularly thick, heavy overdrive. It just adds a little bit of grit, a little bit of dirt to the sound, but you can still hear the natural voice of the guitar coming through. In terms of controls, it's fairly straightforward. 3 knobs on there. We've got the gain control, so how dirty or not do you want the sound to be. Treble allows you to control the brightness of the sound and the overall level. Now that level is it's quite loud, quite a loud pedal if you know what I mean. So to get unity, so where the sound of the pedal off is the same level as the pedal when it's on, the volume's actually set quite low. So you can use this if you want as a clean boost. So turn the gain down and turn the level up and just give you an increase in volume. But in this video, I wanted to look at the pedal being used as an overdrive pedal. So like I say, not particularly heavy gain. So let's hear what it sounds like with the gain turned all the way up to kind of show you what the pedal's capable of. Yeah, so a reasonable amount of gain there, but when you consider that this is maxed out, you see what I mean. It's not a high gain pedal by any means. Let's dial the gain back a bit and hear what it sounds like, something a little bit lower. Yeah, so I've got the gain there, sort of between 9 and 10 o'clock. Not a huge amount of dirt being added to the signal, particularly with pickups like these, which are sort of vintage output, so it's slightly lower output pickups. But it's still got a little bit of grit to it. You know, a lot of times you hear what you call a clean guitar signal. If you listen to it really carefully, it's not perfectly clear, clean. There's a little bit of breakup happening, and something like like a clone like this Golden Eagle is a good way to do that. Just add a little bit of texture to the sound without adding tons and tons of overdrive. Now, one criticism I've heard about Klon pedals and Klon clones, aside from the price, because clones go for ridiculous amounts of money, criticism I've heard is that it can be a little bit too bright, a little bit ice picky. I can see what people mean with that. I'll show you what effect the treble control has on the sound, because it can get a little bit extreme. So with a little bit more gain and the treble control turned all the way up, For me, that's a little bit too bright, a little bit ice picky. Guess if you had some slightly muddy humbuckers on your guitar, then that might help them to cut through. But for me, getting the extreme of the treble there is a little bit too bright. Let's try turning it down to the minimum. So that's a lot darker. Certainly not as extreme a setting. It's not the darkest of the dark down there, but compared to like when there's up full, it really was getting to be the brightest of the bright at the other extreme. But there's plenty variety there. So depending on the type of pickups you've got or your preferred choice of tone, there's enough scope in there to be able to tune in the sort of tone that you want. So all the examples that we've heard so far have been with the pedal going straight into the clean channel, so any drive that we've had has come from the pedal itself. Let's hear how that sounds into the dirty channel on the amp. So this is the dirty channel on the amp on its own. If we add the Golden Eagle in, very pleasing. Not an extreme difference in sound, but just adds a little bit more character to it. You know, gain stacking in itself is a useful device where you add a little bits of gain, rather than just having one drive pedal turned all the way up full. I think that works quite well here. So all in all, a really useful little pedal. In terms of construction, very well made. It feels like a quality item. It's an all metal chassis. In terms of size, looking down at my board for something to compare it with, it's about the same size as like an MXR or a TC electronic pedal. You know, it's not a big unit at all. The controls have a really positive feel. One criticism I've got is it runs off power supply or battery. But to get at the battery, you've got to take the back off the pedal, and just the way it's made, it's a little bit fiddly to get. I found to get the screws in and out. Mind you, not a big problem for me because my pedals live on the board and they're always running off the power supply. Something I did notice though, when I had the back off the pedal, it looks really well made inside. Just the way the circuit's put together, it looks like a quality item. As I mentioned earlier, a criticism that's often levelled at Klon pedals and consequently the clones is just how expensive they are. You know, clones go for ridiculous amounts of money, and consequently the copies also demand quite a high price tag. Not as extreme as an original clone, but still quite a lot of money. Excuse the squeaky chair. As well, I was pleasantly surprised at just how affordable this particular pedal was. The Golden Eagle retail is about £125, which to my mind, for something as well made as this, it sounds as good as this, I think that's a bit of a bargain. If you want something a bit extra, he also does a pedal called the King of Clones, which is basically two of these in one box. Slightly bigger enclosure, more knobs, more switches. You can use the two circuits independently, or you can stack the two together if you want to get a bit more creative. That's slightly less than double the price. I think that's about 225 or something like that. So a little bit cheaper than buying two Golden Eagle pedals. But I recommend though, try these. See if you can track down one of these pedals for yourself to try it out. They are really good. It's rare that I get super excited about the pedal. If I buy a pedal, it tends to be functional. You know, I need a looper, I need a delay, I need a reverb. I'll find something that does the job. It goes on board. I was really rather excited with this, and it's taken a while for the honeymoon period to wear off. It's pretty much an always-on pedal for me. Yeah, for this one, I really do like it. And just to be completely transparent, no pun intended, this pedal, I bought it with my own money. I'm not being like sponsored by Frederic Effects, or I haven't had gear donated. This is an honest opinion. I bought this pedal, I like it, and I thought I'd share my findings with you. Okay, so hope you found that useful. If you did, please click like down there. If you really enjoyed it and you want to see other videos that I post on the channel, then please click subscribe, also down there. You're welcome to leave a comment, but to be honest, I don't always see comments that are left on YouTube videos, so if you've got a specific question that you want to ask me, whether it's about effects pedals, guitars, guitar equipment, music theory, guitar playing, anything at all, you're better off going here, filling that form in, sending your question in. I'm guaranteed to see that, and I'll try and get around to answering it in a future video. Okay, that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.